What if pain didn't exist? Imagine this. A world where pain simply doesn't exist. No stinging cuts, no burning heartbreak, no aching muscles after a tough day. Sounds like paradise, right? No more ouch when you stub your toe, no tears from a breakup, no exhaustion that forces you to rest. But hold on, let's dive into a story that might change how you see every twinge, every failure, every tough moment in your life. Meet Alex. He was just like you and me growing up, until one day, doctors discovered something rare. Alex had a condition where his body couldn't feel pain. Not emotional pain, not physical. Nothing. At first, it felt like a superpower. As a kid, he could run barefoot on hot pavement without flinching. He jumped off swings higher than anyone else, laughing while others winced. "I'm invincible," he'd say, grinning ear to ear. His parents worried, but Alex? He loved it. No scraped knees slowing him down. No fear holding him back. He pushed limits, climbing trees too high, skateboarding down steep hills without pads. Friends called him fearless. Life was one big adventure. But here's where the story twists. One summer, Alex was 12. He decided to test his limits even more. He grabbed his bike, rode to an old construction site, and jumped ramps he'd built from scrap wood and dirt. Higher and higher. One jump went wrong. He landed awkwardly. Something snapped in his leg, but no pain. He stood up, laughed it off, and kept riding home. By the next morning, his leg was swollen huge, purple, and bent wrong. A broken femur. But because there was no scream from his body saying, "Stop. Something's wrong," the bone had shifted overnight. Infection set in fast. Doctors later said if he'd felt even a hint of that sharp agony, he would have limped home crying for help much sooner. Instead, he almost lost the leg. That was the first wake-up call. But it got worse. As a teenager, Alex ignored fevers because his body overheated without him knowing. No sweat, no warning signals. He pushed through injuries that would have stopped anyone else. By 20, he'd had multiple surgeries from unnoticed damage, joints worn out from walking on fractures, burns on his hands from grabbing hot pans thinking they were cool. He told me once, in a quiet moment, "I thought no pain meant freedom. But it was a trap. My body was destroying itself, and I had no idea until it was too late." Real people like Ashlyn, Gabby, or Steven, born with the same rare condition called congenital insensitivity to pain, share similar stories. They burn their hands on stoves as toddlers, chew their tongues bloody without noticing, break bones, and keep playing sports until infections nearly kill them. What seems like a gift turns into a curse because pain isn't the enemy. It's the teacher, the protector, the alarm system. Now flip the script. What if pain didn't exist for all of us? Picture society. Kids wouldn't learn to pull away from fire. They'd keep touching flames until scarred or worse. Athletes would push bodies beyond breaking points, leading to epidemics of destroyed joints and early deaths. No one would stop running on a sprained ankle, so simple injuries would become lifelong disabilities. Doctors say without pain as a warning, humanity might not have survived long enough to build civilizations. We'd ignore dangers until too late. Emotionally? Think about it. Heartbreak after a failed relationship? That deep ache pushes you to grow, to choose better next time. The sting of rejection? It builds resilience. The exhaustion after working hard? It forces rest, reflection, balance. Without those signals, we drift, never improving, never deepening, never truly appreciating joy. Because here's the real magic. Pain gives contrast. Joy feels brighter against sorrow. Success tastes sweeter after struggle. Love hits harder when you've known loss. Without pain, everything flattens into a dull, endless okay. No peaks, no valleys. Just flatline. But Alex's story didn't end in tragedy. After years of surgeries and lessons, he turned it around. He started listening to his body in new ways, watching for swelling, fatigue, changes. He became incredibly disciplined. He trained smarter, not harder. He pursued dreams with focus because he knew how fragile the body is. Today, he's a motivational speaker, telling crowds, pain isn't punishment. It's purpose. It says, hey, pay attention. You're alive. Grow from this. So next time life hits you hard, whether it's a breakup that leaves you in tears, a failure that burns, or physical pain that knocks you down, don't curse it. Thank it. It's your built-in coach saying, "This hurts because it matters." Use it. Learn. Become stronger. Pain isn't here to break you. It's here to build you. It teaches empathy, patience, gratitude. It pushes you toward wisdom. Without it, we'd be reckless, shallow, short-lived. So embrace the ache. Let it shape you. Because in a world without pain, we'd miss the most beautiful parts of being human, the growth, the depth, the triumph. What if pain didn't exist? We'd lose the very thing that makes victory meaningful. Thank you for watching. If this hit home, drop a like, subscribe for more life-changing stories, and tell me in the comments, what's one pain in your life that actually made you better? Let's keep the conversation going.